Hey everyone, so I'm in front of the St. Lawrence Market in Toronto, and I'm going to be heading over to the Harbourfront. So let's begin our tour. So we are currently on Front Street. And ahead of us, in the middle, you could see the Flatiron building, very famous landmark building in Toronto. And we have some really nice four-story buildings here. And that there is the St. Lawrence Market. Across the street from it is a new glass building. So let's continue walking. Beautiful buildings here. I love that kind of classical brickwork with the arches. You just don't see that stuff anymore. That logo there with the woman looks almost vintage. I don't know if it was intentionally done like that or if it's actually vintage. Here's Farquhar's Lane. You have this nice building ahead of you. Get another view of it. Gorgeous. And this is the view from across the street. And another view of the Flatiron building. Lots of new construction further down north. And there's a sign for the Google headquarters in Toronto. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to be waiting a while to cross the street. So over there you have the Works Craft Burgers, established 2001. Flatiron again. Beautiful. I hope it never gets torn down like some of these other historical buildings. Here you have Indian cuisine. CC Lounge. Here's a little sign that says the Dixon Block, 1872. Let's have another view near the roofs of what this looks like. Beautiful. Got a little parkade to the right with a fountain that's not on right now. Notice this fountain has a lot of dog statues on it. Not sure what the relevance is of it. You can see the CN Tower there from the distance. So to the left is the St. Lawrence Center for the Arts. Coming up is Scott Street. And next block over you have some new construction. So it's a mural for the St. Clair or the St. Lawrence Center for the Arts. I said St. Clair because St. Clair is a common school name in Windsor, but it's the St. Lawrence Center. So the block after this one is the Union Station, where the trains come in from all over the province. And there's a train that goes straight to Pearson Airport if you need to get there from downtown. Very nice building to the north of me. So it says the Hockey Hall of Fame on the front of it. It's a nice touch. Lots of new construction over here. Look down there. So this, okay. Maybe they'll tell me what the name of that building is ahead of us. So it doesn't have a name. Okay. Well, let's head down Yonge Street in the direction of Harbourfront. Let's Sign there says Meridian Hall. I believe it says it's about 3 degrees Celsius right now. Very nice new building here. Says the Heinz building. Oh, you got a brand new flasher on building. That is pretty cool. That's a nice touch. I gotta look at that again. Neat. So here we go under the Gardner Expressway. Or is this the railway yards? Yeah, I think this is the railway yards. Really dark and gloomy. Some of these lights need to be replaced here. You know, in Prague, they actually have like a numbering system under all the lights. So if one of the public lights don't work, you just call it in and tell them, hey, these lights don't work and this is the number, and they send a maintenance person to come and replace the light bulb, which is something they should do here. I mean, they could just paint the numbers on here. They're worried about the plaques getting stolen. Lots of cars. Got an interesting statuette ahead of us. Well, this building is called 18 Yonge Street. Yeah, you know what? Let's cross. This is the Gardner Expressway, and we'll just cross it. Holy mackerel. Guy's so impatient. All the cement cracking here. We'll see what the future holds for the Gardner Expressway. Like I've been hearing, they might actually tear it down and build like public housing instead on that land. Don't know if it's a good idea with all the congestion down here. Some interesting new construction. Coming up is Harbour Street. Wonder how long we're going to have to wait to cross. Okay, I guess it's a free-for-all. Lots of construction everywhere. This is the Toronto Scar building. So coming up is Queens Quay East. There is the Westin Hotel. This billboard here says 10 Yonge Street. And you have some unique styles, architecture. There's a sign that says Toronto Harbour Water Taxi. A few blocks down, you have the warehouses for Redpath, sugar. And I think further down, it takes you to the docks, which was formerly a more industrial area, and then they turned it into like an entertainment complex. We would take a nice view of the buildings overlooking the water. So ahead of us is the Western Harbour Castle Conference Centre. You got a nice pedestrian bridge, ease of access, and to stay out of the cold when it gets really cold here in the winter. Lots of beautiful high rises. See, I'm fine with high rises being built in this area because this is a newer area of downtown. Like, my understanding was that this was originally like the landfill for Toronto. So they started piling dirt and garbage here, and they moved it further towards the water, and they moved the water out. So there weren't old buildings in this area. That's why you see all these new buildings. Ahead of us is the marker that says Harbor Square. Let's see, and that would take us to Harbourfront. So this is the Harbourfront. And there is the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal, and that ferry takes you to Toronto Island. Now, have you ever been downtown Toronto? Toronto Island is an interesting place to visit. It's like a park, and usually there's some kind of festivals going on there. And then in the summer, I think at the far south end, there's a nude beach. But I wouldn't recommend going there because there's nothing worth looking at that beach. So ahead of us is a marker that talks about the Noronha disaster of 1949. It says here, a cruise ship carrying 524 passengers, and there was smoke on the ship. Everyone fought the fire, and a lot of people leapt onto the dock, but 119 people perished. Sad story. So let's get a better view of the Harbourfront. We have a very nice boardwalk here. Very peaceful. Lots of seagulls bobbing up and down. Yeah, if I was going to own a condo in Toronto, this would be the nicest place, I think. Then again, it's the most costly. So that concludes my trip to Harbourfront. So if you like this trip, please click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.